I think live now. What's good? I think we are live now. Let me do live chat there. Random, right? Saturday morning. Well, morning here in the good old United States, here in Florida, East Coast. Had to hop on. I think I'm going to try to hop on at least twice a month and live stream with you guys and catch up on some stuff. A lot of stuff has been going on in the world of Masi and Alfa and Ferrari and things like that. So figured I'd hop on and just connect with you guys, see what's up with you guys. Um, at least, like I said, at least 2 times a month. I'm going to try that. That's my New Year's resolution. Crazy that we're already in the holidays and we got to start talking about New Year's resolutions. And before you know it, this time is going to come and go so fast. So here we are. So I wanted to catch up with you guys. I want to get on live. It's been a minute. Hopefully I'm catching a lot of you. I was gonna live stream tomorrow, but then I didn't want to cross paths with the race, Formula One race, Brazil. So I definitely wanted to just kind of make sure that I caught some of you guys here now, and then once the replay of the live goes up, you guys can watch it before the race, whenever they may be. I'm not exactly sure when the race is on our time versus their time, but I figure Sundays everybody's kind of sleeping in, kind of diddly dallying. So I'll try to do Saturdays if I can when it comes to live streaming when I catch up with you guys. But if anybody's in the chat, make sure that you can hear me. Okay, I already see somebody in the chat. If you guys can hear me okay and I haven't just been blabbing to myself, please let me know. Just give me like a, hey, we can hear you. You're good. Because I always struggle. Every time I go to live stream, it's been so long since I live streamed the last time, I messed it up completely. This one, I kind of just briefly went over things. I don't even think I put anything in the description. I just put a quick title to like 2 tags and call it a day. I just wanted to throw this one up real quick. So I wanted to make sure that I could live stream for you guys and check in. So get in the chat real quick. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Okay. You just traded in your 2018 Ghibli Grand Sport S for a 2024 Levante Modena Ultima. Okay. Can't find the auto high beams. Weird. So the Ultima, you got the cool one, right? Okay. Well, I don't say the cool one, but like the final edition Levantes, right? It's not obviously the V8 Ultima, which is like top of the line. But when it comes to those cars, they should be very close to the same, if not the same, as your Ghibli Grand Sport when it comes to your toggle on the left-hand side, right next to your start-stop button, if I'm not mistaken. So you should have your auto high beams on that side. If I'm correct. I believe it's on the little toggle, to go back and forth between your lighting, your low beam lights and everything. You should be there. So you said your auto high beams. I'm sorry. Okay. The auto high beam should be on the stalk where you should be able to move it forward and backwards to show the high beams. You should be able to, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, guys, in the comments, you should be able to move it either forward or backwards. I think backwards might flash the high beams, but if you move it forward, I think it might keep it on auto for the high beams. So definitely let me know there. Sorry, I got you confused there when it comes to the toggle switch. Fuel pump recall. Oh, what's good? What's good, bro? Yeah, the fuel pump recall. Did you get yours done on your Stelvio? Because I know I saw that, and I think there's a stop sale for a lot of the Julias and Stelvios. So, I want to say, did you get yours done? I'm sure you've already been dilly dallying in your car and have it broken down. Oh, so there's no fix yet. Okay. Whoops. My bad. My bad. Um, so I guess you got more time to fiddle with your car and do all your upgrades before you have to piece it back together and take it in. But yeah, I did hear about that. It's a shame, man. I'm telling you, it's tough to fix that negative stigma that you get on the outside looking in. Obviously we as Alfisti love these cars no matter what, right? But the negative stigma that the public will give you, knowing that these cars have these problems, these recalls, and all these things like that, I defend them as much as I can. But a lot of the stigma is there, and there's not much really you can do about it because they do have these problems. They do get fixed, but when you have to take your car in a lot or they're on tow trucks on the side of the road and stuff like that. It's a hard sell sometimes. But I feel like with the next generation, hopefully, if Alfa Romeo fixes anything, it should be those reliability stigmas that they have had over the past 10 years since they've been back in the States with the 4C launch edition. You were driving and the vehicle cut off. Oh, that's the worst, dude. That's what happened with my Ghibli, my 2015 Ghibli. Um, it went into lit mode, but it was because of spark plugs. Those Ferrari spark plugs cost a grip. But when I first had it, I didn't know. And this was like within the first 1,000 miles of the car. I was on the side of the road and it was like shuddering, and I didn't know what was going on. And then obviously I got a Christmas tree dash of lights on the dash, and got it taken in. If you guys didn't follow me from my previous channel, which is RPO 305, which I started off with my Ghibli back in 2015, I had a lot of problems with that. It was a new model. I got the first one out of Daytona, and I started to feel my experiences with that. But Maserati did well by me. They replaced a lot of things. I mean, they paid my first month's payment on that car, and they flew someone in from Italy to help work on it. They replaced my drilled rotors, all four. I mean, they've done a lot of things, to make it right. But yeah, I had issues with mine. First things first. But again, as these cars progress, over time, it should be one of those things to where, okay, we should be getting better and better and better with this reliability. But since we're on the same platforms as the Giorgio's, the same platform that you guys are seeing the Alfa Romeos on, same electronics, same this and that, with a few things change here and there, it's still going to have, its issues or, its quirks and features, as Doug DeMuro would say. That I kind of gag is that for some reason, Benz are actually worse, but for some reason, folks don't want to make the same claim that they falsely do on Alpha. Yeah, so it is very ironic, right? It's the pot calling the kettle black. When you talk about a lot of Alfa Romeo's competition, getting down on Alfa Romeo for, what could be issues or reliability things. They have the same issues, and every car model, every car brand has recalls, it has things that go wrong and all that kind of stuff. But I definitely think a lot of people want to pick on the Italians. And, biased opinion or not, I feel like they just want to be like the Italians. Really, they just a little bit. I want to say jealous, but they deep down respect what the Italians bring when it comes to performance and styling and overall allure and passion behind their cars. And I definitely think that there's a little bit of envious maliciousness behind a lot of that stuff too, as well. Okay, so I do see a couple more comments. Let me get to this title. Okay, so I just want to hop on live stream. Like I said, I'm doing this real quick. I want to at least touch base with you guys twice a month. And I mean, there's a couple things I could go over really quick, but I'm gonna stick to the topic at hand because there's a couple videos I put out this week where you guys could probably carry on the conversations outside of the video and keep going. The Giulia Quadrifoglio Estrema in Japan, cool, but we'll never see it. The new Gran Turismo Gran Cabrio Lyricas. Sorry, that was my dryer going off. Those pretty cool, and you can order stuff off those packages. Maserati and Alfa Romeo, they both take a fierce series. For me, it feels only right, and it helps with cost cutting, right? Again, Maserati and Alfa Romeo merging. The CEO was CEO of both of the brands for like 2 months, and then now he's COO. Gianfilippo Perlato, Alfa Romeo's old CEO, is now CEO of Maserati. It all makes sense for them to all be meshed in together. Will that trickle down to other cars? Who knows? Will it trickle down into, next generation Giulia and Stelvios, where you'll get some Maserati customization or Maserati style engines? I mean, could we get Nettuno engines in the next Quadrifoglio? Who knows? Could we for Maserati, could we get, I guess more Alfa Romeo things? I'm not exactly sure what they would share on that side. Who benefits from what? Because Maserati is still currently on the Giorgio platform, where Alfa Romeo will be on the Stella large platform. So I feel like Alfa Romeo is going to be envious of Maserati because the Gran Turismo, Gran Cabrio, and the Grecale are still using their Giorgio platform, which they're currently using for the Giulia and Stelvio. And the Giorgio platform is supposed to live on for a little while in those cars. So I definitely think Alfa Romeo might benefit more from Maserati than Maserati Alfa Romeo, but that's just me yapping. The MC Pura, we'll get on that in just a moment. The Junior Sport Speciale. When are you guys bringing the Junior to the United States? Come on, Alpha, let me know what's good. We're waiting. And the Grecale Fogery for 2026. I know you guys are not necessarily, you know, ecstatic, electrified about electrification in Maseratis. If I do pun so myself. So I did cover one. I covered one a while ago. It was over a year ago now. It was October 2024, I believe, at Maserati St. Petersburg. And I enjoyed the car. It looked great, you know. Obviously there was that elephant in the room and there was something missing, and it was that soundtrack and driving experience, right? It was cool to spaceship out of there, you know, and like whirlwind around, right? You know, but at the end of the day, it's a Maserati. Now, what I will commend Maserati on is making the cars look exactly how their gas counterparts look, because chef's kiss. Just because it's an EV doesn't mean it needs to be bubbly and ugly, right? Bubbly and ugly as the EVs that are mass production EVs are. You know, now obviously we've gotten a lot of cooler EVs out there over the past 5 years, right? But Maserati definitely made it to where you almost can't tell the difference between the two. The normal civilian, like just the military, the normal civilian couldn't necessarily tell the difference unless they were looking for exhaust pipes. So hands down, Maserati kills it there, right, on their design. With that said, before I get into my thing, I'm looking at an QV Stelvio 2019 was up with the engine recall. Oh yeah, so we were just talking about the fuel pump, because a friend here does have the Stelvio Quadrifoglio, and I believe yours is a 2019, right? If you're still in the chat, I believe yours is 2019. His done in Rosso. Yeah, fuel pump recall, no fix in sight currently, he says. And I think there's a stop sale on the cars, which I don't think you can buy the cars from the dealership without the fix, is what I think is going on. I'm an Italian living in Germany. I drive the Giulia QV. Yeah, 2022. I really appreciate that you, as an American, are such a big Alpha fan. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I got an inside gag before I post this on my social media page. It's an Alfa Romeo meme, and I say this every time. One day my Alfa Romeo is coming. All right, so I got two cars in the fleet. But I had a couple of setbacks family wise this year that took a lot of money out of my pockets, a lot of money. So one day that Alpha is coming. It's definitely going to be one that I want to build on the channel and share with you guys. I'm looking every day. I say that every stream. I'm looking every day. I just was looking yesterday at what new Alpha showed up. There's some discounts on some quadrifolios too. I saw a Super Sport for like $74,000, a white one. But anyways, the Alpha's coming, so it's only going to get bigger with my Alfisti kind of reputation here. Check this out. All right, check out this meme. See if you guys can see it. How well can you see that? Let me go this way. My ring light. Okay, so it says next year, next year, next year. And there's got RIP with the Giulia up there. So that's going to be me. That is going to be me. I feel like I keep saying next year I'm going to get that Alpha. Next year I'm going to get that Alpha. I'm a little nervous with the quadrifolios because it's a high price point. I know it would do well on the channel. And I'll obviously make that back, right? But I'm just nervous about the overall maintenance. The Giulia, I have to find the right one to build up from the channel. I want to get something very watered down because Ricky from Modern Motors has been in my ear, and he knows, like, hey, if you get it, let me know. We're gonna do some work together. So I'm like, oh man, so let me get something very watered down because I know we're gonna customize this thing and make it really cool for the channel and do a cool little build. So that's where I'm at. I'm looking more at the base, Giulia 2.0s, but Quadrifoglio is definitely the dream car, but it's just I'm nervous, man. Like I said, I already got 2 cars in the fleet. I don't need this car as a daily driver because I travel so much. If you guys don't know, this stuff is a hobby. I have other car brands, believe it or not, that pays my bills, and I travel back and forth through Florida twice a week, 2 or 3 times a week, to, make ends, right? So, I don't need to get an Alfa Romeo to run the miles up on and beat up because I need a workhorse, So that's one of those things where, like, I gotta make sure that, like, I make a educated decision. Wait, hold on. I gotta get to the title. Let me get to the title, and I'm gonna get right back to those comments. Let me get to the title. The title. I got a message from Maserati Alfa Romeo USA. Do not be afraid of me. All right. What do I mean by that? I am very transparent. I have been over the past 10 years filming these cars. I've built up a great community, as you guys are seeing in the chat here. If you guys see in the comments, you guys see my Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I have a large community in both Maserati and Alfa Romeo USA brands. Now, we don't kiss ass, we are very passionate. We're passionate when we talk about things like the fuel pumps. We're passionate when we talk about things like the 2.0s not having a horsepower boost in 8 years. But it's because it's constructive criticism and we enjoy these cars. But we have to be in the know on the recalls. We have to be in the know on the depreciation. When if there's problems with the the higher ups and what's changing, what's going on in the atmosphere, and that's where I come in. Okay, so do not be afraid of me. The reason why I say that is because while Alfa Romeo has been very good to me, you guys know they've given me a couple cars, um, and invited me down to a couple of things. I still feel like there is a communication barrier here. And I was just talking to one of the people in the chat the other day about this. It's like with the 33 Stradale, that thing is touring all over the West Coast. I would have loved to go out there. And I was talking with another creator that does Alfa Romeo stuff that you guys will probably know. And I was like, man, they didn't let us know it was going to be out there. Like we could have, it didn't even have to be on their dime. It's like, hey, we could have got together, flown out there, got it on the channel, showed it off to our clientele, or not clientele, but our our subscribers and friends of the channel, right? I know that half of the people, if not maybe 80% of the people, might not be able to afford it, but I know people that do, that watch my channel, that I've done a lot of videos on their cars. The people who have the Kona, the GT2 Stradale, the other the Blue Corsa Matte MC20. They also have like 8 Alphas. They can afford it. They watch the channel. Like, there's I think these brands are so afraid of these videos and these content creators who cater to an audience who can't necessarily afford some of the cars. Same on Maserati's side, that they're like, well, bringing those people out here necessarily doesn't do them much, right? But it keeps the brand alive. It keeps the chatter alive. It's the people who are doing the things on the ground level that are really your core fan base, right? So let's talk about the Alfa Romeo meets that I crash. Those are people who do their thing. They got their own Alpha clubs. They just had a show at Disney and they shut down that street to have all those cool and iconic Alpha Maseratis and Ferraris there. Like, these are the people that also need to be included in that kind of stuff as well. So I try to, again, since I know these people and I talk with them all the time, I try to convey messages. I try to show them things on the channel. We have conversations, and like I said, I feel like there's a disconnect. I don't get like, I used to get a couple of press releases and stuff or anything like messages through Maserati Alfa Romeo. Don't really see that much at all anymore. I talked about the Alfa Romeo 33 Stradale and not hearing anything about that. Thought the car was going to China is what I heard, but I mean, it's been to Vegas. It's been another event out there. So had I known it was going to be out there for like 2 months, maybe I would have had time to plan to go see it, put it on the channel for you guys, show it off. Maserati, we did an event, I think 2 years ago. I haven't heard from Maserati since, Maserati USA since. So for them, love-hate relationship, I'm sure they have with me, for obvious reasons. But I've been pretty good lately. All right. I've been a lot of things that I do know on the back end that I hear from a lot of different people, a lot of different sources. I have not said one word to you guys on the channel, and I will continue to do it that way. Before I let my excitement get the best of me, and I was like, oh man, I gotta talk about this, I gotta share this, not in a malicious way. Um, but again, I'm happy about some things about the brand that I like to discuss that I can't wait to show off or experience, right? So that was one of those things to where like I couldn't keep my mouth shut on that. Granted, since that time, I haven't said much of anything that I know. But with that said, again, I feel like they don't think that the audience is there. And who's checking the metrics? I'm not exactly sure, but I do post on my Instagram, hey, I got 2 something million views on Facebook. Big shout out to you guys. Hey, this is what my analytics are for this month on YouTube. We did 400,000 views. So like I got the metrics out there. I'm catering to the people who enjoy these cars, right? Not necessarily always catering to the 1%, but I mean, like I said, some of them watch these channels or look up these cars, do their due diligence online. That's what people do. Especially in this day and age since, 2020, right? They have an event today, and one of my friends, is doing the event. And I knew about the event before she said something about it, but I didn't get the invite. But she was like, "Hey, you're gonna be out there this weekend?" I was like, "Nah." I was like, "I didn't get the invite." Me and Maserati, we got that love hate relationship. But it shouldn't have to be that way. But again, the person that suffers from that are the viewers, right? The community that come to these channels to see these cars. They don't get to see specific things because of that. And again, this doesn't pay a lot of the bills. This is a hobby, more of a hobby of mine and a passion, right? I got other things that pay the bills. So it's not like I need to do these things. So I will skip over it, right? But then I hate doing that to you guys and not getting stuff on the channel because then you guys don't get to see it, right? I Here's one. I was recently able to see one of my dream Maseratis that I've never had on the channel that is one of the most iconic Maseratis ever made. And I haven't shared that on the channel, but there might be an opportunity I'll be able to share on the channel soon. And I can't even say what it is because I don't want to get into any kind of bind there. I will not say where it is either. But like again, it's a passion of mine, and I feel so bad that I can't say anything or show it to you guys yet. I am here for you guys. I'm here to show these videos off to you guys. So, with that said, um, I just wanted to say that real quick. Hold on, really quick, guys. All right, I'm back. I'm back. All right. So, again, I'm just saying, Maserati Alfa Romeo USA, don't be afraid of me. At the end of the day, we know that I enjoy your brands. I've had 2 Maserati Ghiblis. I will have my Alfa Romeo one day. I keep saying one day. Um, and I'm here to continue to build this community, continue to share and love these cars, continue to show them off, whether I am at the events or not. But if I'm there, hey, you guys can control the narrative there. And if you wanted to, I guess get down to the little guys out there who are also buying your cars and who aspire to step up to the quadrifolio, who aspire to step up to the Gran Turismo or MC20s and stuff like that. Those folks are here. So let's help them out. Let's work together. All right, I got a lot of comments. What's the message? I bought my first Maserati at 22. Okay, you just got my message. That's what I was talking about. I like Maserati more than Alfa Romeo, to be honest. Totally different classes, in my opinion. I love them both, but I started with Maserati, so I have a specific place in my heart for Maserati. If they drop the Quadrifoglio engine in the Giulia with no turbos, man, oh, I mean, we'll see. I think the Germans should buy Alpha. Oh, then one new model after another would come out. The current management is asleep at the wheel. Out. Listen, they're figuring some things out from the top down, and a lot of restructuring. the Italians themselves do take a while. They are on their own schedules and they move as slow as snails with a lot of things. And I definitely think that that does somewhat hurt the brands in a way, because by the time that they're ready to come out with something or something hits the lot, it's already behind, right? But that's how they move, that's how they are, and I don't think that the sense of urgency is necessarily a problem. I just think that you know the way that their product roll out, maybe they could you know, kind of not beat around the bush with what they really want to do and how they want to execute it. Um, Maserati is classy, sleek, sexy, and has legacy. It really does, and I definitely like Maserati's current design language. Don't get me wrong, especially the MC20, the MC Pura looks nice. The GT2 Stradale, the MC Extrema. Maserati is on a generational run right now. What I miss is the V8 soundtrack. I know the V6 is lighter. It's got that pre-chamber combustion technology, and everything like that. It's a beautiful engine. But I'm missing the Ferrari derived engines, V8s, and even the V6s. I just posted, if you guys are on my TikTok, I posted a Ghibli Trofeo cold start. And then I will have that on my Instagram tomorrow. I believe tomorrow morning I'll post. Um, I will also plan to get my Alfa Julia, but the slight issue is that I am in Maryland. We only have one dealership here. That's another thing. Dealer network is crazy. To my understanding, Alfa Romeo Owners Club in Maryland is the oldest. Oh, that's pretty cool. I'm hoping that you can once you get your Julia, you can get in contact with them and hopefully meet up. That would be awesome. I'm starting to get with the Alfa Romeo's owner clubs down here, if you guys couldn't tell. And it's just, they're good people. I'm invited to their Christmas party next month as well. But yeah, dealer network for Alfa, again, that's another thing that needs to be, I guess, worked on. Again, once they start pumping some money into the brand, which I feel like they're going to start doing now, they're stuck. Stellantis is stuck by Alfa Romeo being their premium brand. They got to put some premium money behind them and a good strategy, and I think that hopefully we'll be okay. Any good LS swaps on Julius? Not that I know of, but check the Alfa Romeo forums. I'm near SEMA taking a break this year. Oh, I think again, speaking of the 33 Stradale, I think it's in Vegas. It might be at SEMA. It was at the concourse there by the Wynn Hotel, that big concourse with like all those Bugattis, Lamborghinis, Paganis. It was there too. Again, it's been around for a while. I'm still waiting to hear back, but here we are. Um, Requiring plugs at 30,000, belts at 40,000, but oil changes at 10,000 seems backwards in my mind. But that is my Alfa Romeo Stelvio. An RMS leak at 40K doesn't exactly instill great confidence in the brand. I know again, I love the cars to death. I just am afraid that I will not be able to cover maintenance costs. And we know that belt service, the serpentine belt service is some change. I get the Ferrari tags on my engine on my Maserati. Yep, you do. Ferrari derived engines. With that said, guys, I said my piece. I really wanted to get on here really quick. It's good that everybody's been commenting and catching up with me, and we have some viewers. This is gonna replay back on my channel, so I'm sure it will get out there. I'm sure Maserati, Alfa Romeo, USA will both see this. Um, but again, it's again no ill will. It's just saying let's try to do a better job at communicating and working together so we can show off for the community. Marketing is a big thing here in the United States, and I feel like lower marketing, micro influencer marketing, if that's what you want to call me, so be it. Let's show off these cars to people how they should be shown off. Give me the tools to do so. And we can make some magic. But with that said, guys, I appreciate you stopping by and hanging out with me. I'm going to let you go. And we're going to try to do this twice a month. So we're already at the 8th. So let's try to do this maybe after the Thanksgiving holiday or maybe right before. We'll try to do this again. We got some more stuff to talk about, and I will keep you guys posted. With that said, check out my latest videos. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff. And we will talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.